Hello and welcome to the Pinball Party Podcast. My name is Jason.
Sup?
This is the theme song. Yeah. Dun, da, da, do. Fuck. Let's get right into it.
Fuck.
You know what I find very pick your adjective. Cool? No, it's not cool. It's something negative. More like shitty. Something profound, maybe. Is that lately, when I look at the clock, and when I mean lately, I'm not trying to say this to be clever, as in lately in time. Lately, when I look at the clock, I'm hoping it's always later than it currently is. Where I, in the past, would look at the clock and be like, shit, God, I wish time would slow down because I'm really having fun with what I'm doing. So we can start this podcast off in a nice, dark tone. But no, realistically, that's very true. And when I look at the clock and I'm hoping that it slows down because I'm enjoying what I'm doing currently, I'm enthralled in my hobby, pinball, for example, or video games, or, more powerfully, talking to someone you really care about, platonically or sexually. Or maybe you are around things that really you value in life, deep down to your core, to your soul, and you look at the clock, like, man, can you slow down? Because I just want to sit in this moment, whatever I'm doing right now, drinking this coffee, talking to this person, loving this moment. For me lately, those have been few and far between, and that signals a problem. But I miss looking at the clock and be like, can you just slow down? I just want to keep doing this. Now I'm like, can you just be later so I can just be done with whatever the fuck it is I'm doing right now? And that's usually work, like a lot of us, doing work, a lot of work so that we can afford pinball. And then we can listen to this podcast, maybe on the way to work, if people go to work anymore, like physically drive, or at the gym. But if you're at the gym, shut this off. Unless you're just pissed at me. Then yeah, use this, get those reps in. Otherwise, shut this off, listen to some Eminem, maybe some Daft Punk, or Neon Dale, some of the more energetic shit, not the sappy, like stuff like I'm talking about now. Like time should slow down instead of speed up. Don't listen to that. That's too introspective. But yeah, when time was something that was my friend, not my enemy, or in the other way, it was my enemy because it would go too fast for the things I would enjoy doing. It was usually doing stuff like this, talking to all of you, talking about pinball, doing pinball, playing music, doing creative things, using Meth to come in here and say fuck off or jack off a donkey or, what he does. He's a freak.
Eat shit.
But lately it's just work. Oh, God. And with AI, not Harry Potter AI, those of you that work in tech and myself, it is just taking over. And like water is wet again, but I mean, it's every week. It's exponentially doing what exponential things do. It exponentially increases its autonomy, what it's doing, how it helps, how it harms. And I like change, but things are happening fast and we're working in it so that we can play pinball. And playing pinball is something that often will make the clock, speed up, where you look at it and you're like, can you please slow down? Because right now, I'm trying to hit the goddamn fucking real shot in Jaws to get this bounty, you fuck. It's green. I've hit everything else. I just got to hit that shot and not have it be air balls. Fuck me. Let me hit the shot. That, I got to chase that, maybe more than anything. Jaws is on the mind. The 50th came out a couple weeks ago. Actually had one in my possession. Won't get into that, but thanks to Flippin' Bird Pinball, got myself a tasty Jaws 50th. And it's gorgeous in person for what it's worth. I'm not a huge fan, actually, of the brass. I think we talked about that with Kale, and I was kind of like, what the fuck are they doing the brass for? This ain't Lord of the Rings. But he articulated it to something like the brass in a boat. He's a seaman, if you know what I mean. And I mean that in the way you think I mean. Kale is a seaman. But yeah, Jaws is on the mind. Watch some of the Jaws 50th on Disney Plus. Kind of cool. The making of. George Lucas is getting old. That's a bummer. And I actually started watching Jaws again last night just to, you know what it is? What it's like? I don't know if anyone else here, maybe it's just me, gets fucking obsessed with a theme or a license when you're into that pinball. Hence why I've bought Lord of the Rings so many times, because that's always a theme that I'm thinking about. And then I have this pull to, well, I like the theme, I identify with it. Well, if I have that machine, then that just makes sense to me. Like you're explaining something to yourself, that you're like narrating your own biography or something to like line up the justification that I'm about to spend $10,000 on a fucking baby's toy. And I don't know, maybe it's that. I like to think that it's just the genuine pull, the curiosity that we all have towards pinball that makes time slow down and you don't want it to speed up. And I think with that enjoyment that we get from it, the dopamine hits, the attention, the love of the sounds, the visuals, the game, the strategy, the achievement, you get all that in a box. And the fact that you actually have to earn some money to get there is just another piece of it that makes it awesome. So I would like to get back into more of that, and it's just tough because of work. And the more I get into work, the less creative juice I have to do things like this. And if anyone's noticed, I've done less and less, sound effects with MEF or just music overall. It's not because I don't care about the quality of this. It's usually like, if I don't have something to say or time to do it well, I don't. And I'm inconsistent, not because I don't like it, because that's just, I'm pulled in a lot of different directions in my head, which is really just the ever-long existential crisis between doing things you enjoy for a living versus doing things where you keep looking at the clock and saying, speed the fuck up. I hate what I'm doing right now. I just want to go play some pinball. I want to go play pinball. I want to go on Pinside, look at the market radius, what's new to me, what am I going to buy? Maybe I'll take a look at the Flipping Out stream. Maybe I'll go on the Canada Facebook and look what that clown is up to. Hey, man, he's always doing some crazy shit. Maybe look at Nudge Magazine. Maybe check out Retro Ralph, Triple Drain Podcast, the Pinball Show, Don's Pinball Podcast. We all know all these things, but the hobby remains fun. And, it gets tougher the more time goes, specifically because the market is just, it continues to go down. And I don't know about all of you. I mean, it doesn't feel safe to buy a lot of games for a lot of reasons. And I don't know if all of you have taken advantage of AI. And, well, here's something that I would recommend you do. Pick a game you're thinking of buying or selling or getting into or getting stupid and doing that. Go into the page where they are for sale, Command or Control A, copy all, paste that into ChatGPT or whatever you'd like to use. I'd recommend that for this. And say, hey, I'm going to give you some information, analyze it and wait. Tell it to wait. Cool. Now go into the market archive of that game. Same thing, Command A, Control A. Who cares about copying it? It will be able to parse all the data you give it and look at the prices. So Command A, Control A, all that shit, put that in ChatGPT, say the same thing. Hey, wait, I'm going to paste you a bunch of data, take it, analyze it, wait. It's like, cool, now I got this data. Cool. Now you got the for sale games. Now you got the market archive, which again, take it with a grain of salt. Then you get yourself that fucking graph that shows the market in a visual explanation on Pinside of here's what the prices were 2 years ago. Here's what they were during COVID. You get a little bump, a little booby, and then it starts going down. Take that image, copy and paste that to your desktop or just take a screenshot. You toss that into ChatGPT as well and say, hey, take a look at this, analyze this. Now, this is just a subset of data. Say, analyze what I first gave you, which is the current games for sale, and then the second set of data, which is the archived games for sale, and tell it note games that had for sale versus not sold, and then take a look at the current games for sale, make sure to delineate between pending and ones that aren't pending, and then tell it the dates so it knows how long it's looked at it, and then tell them, this is where I live, how much should I pay for one, and how much should I sell? And that's roughly an accurate price of where these games are. So, for example, I did that earlier with the Jurassic Park Premium, as a lot of us do. And the current price of a Jurassic Park Premium is, and all of you thinking, well, like, $9,000. I spent almost $10,000 on it. It's probably $9,000. Nope. Oh, it's Jurassic Park. It's probably $8,000. It's not $8,000. Oh, it's probably $7,500. On the high end, if you want to get something solid, let's look at 7.2. 7.2 thousand is kind of where we're at. So we have these, market quote, I'll say analysis out there that are kind of fluffy. Like, here's some kind of trends. Here's kind of where they're going. Pinball market trends. Like, yeah. No, I mean, I love it. Nothing against pinball market trends. But if you want to get real honest and dirty with it, go do that with games, and don't just look back a year or two. Again, use AI to your advantage as a tool, and keep yourself safe with money out there. But you'll notice something, it just keeps going down. And then ask it to project into 10 years. Don't do 10 years, that'll scare the shit out of you. Do 6 months, and then do a year. And also AI knows about pinball in general, but the more you feed it on what it is a luxury item for people in our age range, which you know it is. And it is a hobby that, is it growing per se? I won't give you all the tricks of the trade, but essentially fill AI with as much data as you can with pinball and ask where it's going and how it's doing, and look at the market of both Stern and Jersey Jack and salaries of these things, coding versus video game. And it's the more you know. Blissful ignorance is always something. But lately it's just been kind of scary to get back into it and do it. And I want to, but to keep doing it, you have to play pinball, right? You got to play it to make the time slow down. So the things that seem to be a little more safe right now are, nothing. Nothing's safe. But while we wait for the safe things, which are probably the next 2 releases from Stern and the next game from Spooky, all of those are going to be safe. And when I mean safe, before you get your pitchforks out and like, this is not a game, we're always losing money. This is not appreciating asset. I know that. Just saying, I don't want to lose a month's worth of living expenses, food and water and shelter, if you've heard of it, due to like a game that, for me, I'll enjoy. Let's say that the game costs, how it used to, maybe $500 when it's all said and done. You pick it up, you play it, you sell it. $500 for, I don't know however much time. A lot of you freaks out there, like a whole year. Wow, that's worth it. Now, talking about me, so about a week's worth of strong obsession of, this is the fucking best game ever. Oh my God, I'm going to fucking play this. I'm over it. Time to sell it. I got to really take that into consideration. So if I was to buy a brand new machine right now, which if I was, again, Flappy Bird Pinball, I would, here's a promotion for flipping out pinball. Buy a brand new game in the box, sell it a couple weeks later for $2,000 less. Have a good time. Fuck me. I don't like saying that. It's never going to be buy a game and then 2 weeks later sell it for a profit. But we gotta figure this out. We gotta get through this somehow without everything going to shit. It's slightly going to shit, and we all kind of know that. Is that a quality thing? Not really. Say what you will with the AI art in the Harry Potter or Stern games without code or something clunky. Yeah. No, that's not it. That's not what's happening. That's part of it. But if suddenly, let's see, we're going to come out with Star Wars. If Star Wars comes out and let's say it's code 1.0, it comes out. Let's just, nothing against the creator of Star Wars, the upcoming Star Wars, which may or may not be happening, quote unquote. Let's say, for the sake of argument, it's coming out. Keith Elwin is the designer. He's not. Keith Elwin is designing Star Wars. It's going to come out with code 1.0. The Stern, the Pro is going to be $200 less. The Premium is going to be $200 less. And there's only going to be 300 LEs. Would that change the hobby? It would definitely be a move in the right direction. Those LEs would sell out ASAP. Star Wars is Star Wars. So, you know what I mean? Keith Elwin definitely helps, but only to the people who play pinball. And lowering the price, like, okay, I won't lose as much. I'm probably going to buy a Pro anyways because, it's crazy out there. But you can't do that. If you're going to grow, just start lowering prices, lowering supply. Here's the way, my business plan. We're going to lower the prices on our goods. All right, now with me. And we're going to make less. And we're going to sell less. And we're going to put our most experienced, not our most experienced, our most popular designer on it. Who, I don't know if he gets paid the most. Let's just assume he does. I don't know. Let's put the most amount of money into the license, and the designer will make less and will sell them for less. Okay, get fucked. That company's going to the ground. That's not a good option. Okay, all right. Second plan. We'll increase our amount of customers, so we'll sell more. Okay, what are you going to do? You're going to put a big marketing campaign behind it and be like, hey, All of you, go look under your couch, find your extra 10 grand sitting there, and you're going to lose 2 grand after you do it, but go find that and tell your kids. Okay. Everyone I know got laid off or is looking for a job. Or AI is displacing their job. Okay, we'll just okay, all right, no. We could do both, which let's make more customers out of nothing with free marketing that we don't have for customers that don't want it. And then we'll make less, we'll lower the prices, and it'll cost more. All right. Well, if you can't get more buyers because a generation below us is not into pinball as much as we are, and that's just the way of things. We don't have infinite space. We don't have infinite money. It's just, there's not a doom and gloom. It's just like just being a little more careful and like, man, shit. It doesn't feel as good. So getting into those times where you can just make the time slow down is, it's getting tougher. Sucks. Fucking sucks. Like you don't realize the good times until you're out of them. So even like, not COVID. COVID sucked with pinball. Fuck that. that was nonsense. But at least right before that, you could feel it growing steadily and like organically healthy. And I'm optimistic that this correction, maybe I shouldn't be optimistic. I was about to say I'm optimistic just to be that person who's optimistic about it. It's optimistic that it'll slow down. The slowing down of it will slow down the market depreciation. But I can't help but use AI or other tools like my brain and math to just see where does this level off. So I guess we have to kill all the people in the hobby who don't really give that much shit about it. Okay, maybe not kill them. Close. We could rob the. We could hurt their family. Okay, we need the clowns that aren't really into it as obsessed as the rest of us. Sell your games. Here, I'll help all of us out. We'll move some money around. We'll get the real pros back in here and keep the obsessors doing this. We'll keep this ship afloat. All those guys out there who aren't super serious, just list your Stern Pros for $4,000. It's fine. We'll get a lot of people giving you $3,800 for it. We'll clean you up. Clean you out. Premiums, start that with a 5, $5,900. Fuck yeah, you got yourself a buyer right here. You want to sell a Jurassic Park premium $5,900? I'll buy one. You want to sell a Jaws? Man, I'd definitely pay more than $5,900 with a Jaws. You want to sell a Jaws premium for $5,900? I'll buy one. You got a buyer right here. You want to sell a John Wick for? No. You want to sell a Led Zeppelin? You want to sell a Foo Fighters premium? This is where it gets weird because a lot of us would pay more for a Foo Fighters premium, but if we're like, okay, you want to sell a Foo Fighters premium $5,900? You got a buyer right here. We start liquidating all these fuckers' games. Take them from them. They're posers. Fuck them. This is punk rock. Fuck you. We're taking your games for cheap. Go back to your yachts. Go play fucking golf, you cunt, with your polo on it. Yeah, the business and the reports and the QBRs and the MBRs. Oh, what does the outlook look like? What is the pace rate? What's the churn? Fuck you. Go do that. We all do that during the day. We don't want to, but you jack off about it. So you go jack off about your numbers. Sell your Stern Pros for $3,900. You got a buyer right here, okay? Stern Premium, you got a buyer right here. Jurassic Park, liquidate it. Then we get us obsessors back. We will keep the hobby afloat. We don't need those fucks. Make a little less games. Ship it with code that's out there. The community will stay engaged. Now with Jack Danger moving to community, we got a real good movement. Good call, by the way, doing that. Good fucking call doing that. Stern and Jack, happy for you. All that. Good. Get someone out there who gives a shit and really wants to like energize and do this, and he's personal. He's got the good, showmanship. All that. Good. It's good. Get him out there. Liquidate your games for $3,900. $5,900 per. Take a couple steps there. I'll start doing more podcasts, get weird with it instead of having all this bullshit out there that's like, oh, pinball is always good and great, and here's the dishonest shit. Nah, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for the dishonest bullshit. Not something when it costs us much. Let's do that, and let's bring this fucking hobby back, everyone. Speaking of bringing something back, I would like to bring back an old segment.
Figure it out.
Do you remember Figure It Out? I think those of you do. Now that I've started to dabble recently back into I got to buy a game. And the reason I got to buy a game is to do this. I want to do podcasting more. I fucking miss it. I miss hanging out with all of you and the guests. Yeah, a lot of them, but it's work. I miss it. So I'm back in the market. And I'm not finding any of those $3,900 pros. I'm not finding any of that shit. You're finding the prices you'd think. However, I've met my old friend, the fucking, fuckwads? The idiots on the internet.
Idiot.
I have a few games I'm looking for publicly. I'll state it. One of them I might actually buy sooner rather than later, but here they are. A Total Nuclear Annihilation, preferably a collector's edition. I just like that sparkly black shit. So a TNA, a Black Knight Sword of Rage Pro, a Ghostbusters Pro, a possible, I'm not like, hey, I'm going to buy all 5 of these at once. These are just ones I'm looking at. An Iron Man Pro, Vault Edition only, and possibly a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Pro or Premium, kind of either one. If you see a trend here, I like difficult games or like fast start, get into it. If the pending Walking Dead remake was not happening, that would be the first one I would get, to be honest. It was Walking Dead Pro back. So I'm on the lookout. And a Iron Man Pro Vault Edition gets listed just a couple days ago. Probably any of you out there that are doing it probably saw it. I don't know, maybe it didn't. It wasn't super cheap. It was the right price. $5,500. Yep, great. Out of Texas. I wanted to buy it. Shipping. Why not? Eat the $600-700. Worth it. Fuck it. It's close enough to where I'm not going to suddenly lose like I would a brand new box premium. I messaged the guy, hey, would you open to be shipping? Would you be open to shipping? And he's kind of like, oh, I've never done it before, but yeah, I think if it's really just the shipper comes out and, you just have to pick up the game and you take care of everything. And, he summarized it accurately. I explained a little more with a little more detail. Yeah, I'd pay for it. I'd CC you and then, you take the head down or wrap the head down with cardboard, leave the legs on because they take it. They'd come in, schedule time with you, pick it up, leave, boom, done, easy. He's like, that sounds great. And his price was firm. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. He's like, oh, okay. How we paying? How do we pay for this? I've never done it before. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm happy to do a bank wire or cashier's check and mail it with a tracking number overnight if you'd like, or Venmo if you really want to get weird with it, which I'm fine. Let's get weird. And that's where it just went downhill. He basically wanted to, okay, I'm not gonna just rag on this guy. Dude was polite, mind you. He wasn't fucking, I know, figure it out. It was like, let's pile on this guy. Fuck you. I mean, yes, that's what we're doing. But again, no offense, but offense. Hey, I don't really want, this is him. I don't really want any sort of electronic payment with this because I don't want the money to be tracked. I'm like, okay. I don't want to take a tax hit at the end of the year. My CPA says I might take a tax hit. I'm like, what? Okay. Because it would show up as a business. I'm like, all right, well. Again, so me who's done this a whole shitload with tons of feedback on Pinside versus someone who has, as you guessed, zero, Pinside feedback. You know how that goes, how this happens. You have to kind of school them into what's happening. And I'm like, okay, well, in so many words, like politely, like, cool, well, let me know if you want to keep going with this. In so many words, like, that's not my problem. Like, if you don't want to do this, that's fine. I'm just like, I'm not, okay. He's like, lol, but, and then double down, like, well, the CPA says it'll be about 20% if I got to sell this game and get hit at the end of the year with a tax. So let's say that I'll do it if you pay an extra $500 to take the tax hit. You fucking what, mate?
Holy shit!
Okay. You want me to pay your potential tax liability on this thing that is not a business or that you would have to pay for profit? That's how you're going to make the sale? I'm just someone who's saying, can I give you full asking price for your game so I can buy the game that you listed for sale? And you literally don't have to do anything? We haven't even gotten to the point where as the buyer, I'd want like more information of, can you please make sure the playfield doesn't have any chips in it? Because I've been burned before. And usually the buyer is the one who's more at risk here than the seller. I'm just saying, I'm going to just dump $5,500 into your bank account, basically. And that's it. You just have to be there. So I replied kind of like, nah, I mean, with the shipping of $700 and then you want me to pay your additional tax liability of $500, this doesn't make sense anymore. What are we talking about? Figure it out, man. He ghosts me after that. Like, okay, and it's fine, whatever. And then he increases the game by $1,000. Just changes the listing to increase it by $1,000. I don't know what's happening on planet Earth when you list something for a good price, not like, oh my God, I priced it too low. No, like the price that you'd probably sell it in the average amount of time. Iron Man Vault Edition, $5,500. Yes, you'd sell it in a good amount of time. Now, it's not like 4,000 where you'd fire sale it. It's like, okay, yeah, good. People who are interested are going to buy it. Now, you got to take into consideration that you have a mile radius you're working with. If you want cash, which, let's say it's a 300-mile radius if you're lucky, if you're very lucky. And then they have to want something that is, was it 2011? Well, it's the Vault Edition, so it could have been all the way up to like 2019, to be honest. But an older Stern Sam game, and a game that is notoriously a little difficult, and it's a quick game that often people get bored with fast, myself included, but I also love it, and I want to take it, and I want to have it. You're listing a game, and then someone comes along within 7 hours and says, I would like to not only not deal with cash, because that's its own bitch, I would like to just drop a 5500 number into your bank account. It'll suddenly read plus 5500 after I click a button. I'd like to do that for you. Would you mind? Fuck me. I don't know what's happening. Especially like in this market. What are you doing? You got someone who will just give you the money you want. Oh my God, I can't with these people. I'm going to fucking lose my shit. And this is what I'm getting back into? Oh, fuck me. Oh. So he can figure it out.
Figure it out.
Kindly figure it out. Kindly fuck off. But why is it in pinball there's so many weird fucks? So many weird... I guess I might be a weird fuck to a lot of you, which is cool, I guess. But maybe that's what pinball is. It's just a bunch of weird fucks who happen to have money and want time to speed up. Well, they want it to slow down, but pinball makes it speed up. This hobby is fun. We got to keep it going. Speaking of, I got to go to Fantastic Four in just a few minutes. I wanted to drop by, say hello, talk about the clock, tell that guy to figure it the fuck out. Give Flappy Bird Pinball. It's Flipping Out Pinball, by the way. And I'm like, oh, what are you talking about? There's no Flappy Bird Pinball. It's Flipping Out Pinball.
When I buy my pinball shit, I buy from Flipping Out. From topper, sharp blades, outs, I've got it figured out. Flipping out, figured out. When I think of pinball, I think flipping out. Flipping out, figured out. When I buy from Flipping Out. Buy.
Awesome sponsors of the show. Go check them out. They'll give you new games in the box. It's cardboard. You got to cut it. You got to cut the cardboard out. And then within there, you got a bunch of foam. More fucking cardboard. Have we talked about how much work it is to deal with a new in-box pinball? After you've done it like once or twice and like the new shiny thing, like, oh, I've opened up. It's cool. It's still awesome to get a pinball machine, but the amount of fucking trash you got to deal with. Are you serious? Fucking so much cardboard. So much extra foam. And man, I'm complaining about the dumbest shit. All right, that's time to end it. What a first world problem to have. Have a good evening, everyone. We'll see you later.